Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm Bo.
I'm Gage, and this is
The Brain Dead Podcast.
What's going on?
Not much.
Not much.
How's your day, man?
Fucking whack, man. I've been so.
I guess you want to get into that.
Yeah, to get the ball rolling. So I'm doing a motor. I'm replacing a motor on a Tiguan, and don't get me wrong. I've done this multiple times. It's not hard. Well, actually, it is hard because this is a 4Motion car, and 4Motion basically it's Volkswagen's all-wheel drive system, and it's just annoying. There's more. You got to take out the drive shaft. It makes it harder to get to stuff. But after you get the drive shaft out, it's much easier. But so it's annoying. So this guy, he bought a motor, a used motor, and like brought it to. We never looked at this car, so the car got brought to us. Like, hey, like I don't know if he brought it to another shop, and they were like, "Oh, it's bad," or because for more clarification, he keeps having a low oil pressure light. Mm-hmm. And apparently, I don't know the story. I don't know what they've looked at. I haven't done any diagnosis on this car. I think it was like.
So it was a dude who took it to another shop.
I think
diagnosed it?
I don't know. Literally, all my boss said was, "Hey, this guy's bringing a motor. We're doing a motor swap. You're doing the motor swap this week." And I was like, "Okay."
All right, kid. You're in it big. You're gonna do the motor swap now.
Honestly, the funniest thing is that's what Eric calls me. He always goes, "The kid."
If only your name was Billy, that'd be pretty badass. Billy the Kid. No, it's just Gage the Kid. It doesn't have the same ring to it.
Doesn't have the same fragrance. French words. Oui, oui.
Baguette.
French fry. French toast.
Paris.
Croissants. But so guy, I think the story is he had at another shop. They diagnosed it. Hey, you need a motor. So he got a motor, got us to do it. And so he went and like bought things to do replacement. But my boss was like, he wanted the water pump, which is understandable because there's actually a warranty checklist for if the motor was to go bad, there's things that they're going to want to check on like, okay, did you do the chains? Were the chains? Because again, this is a used motor. So they can't, like if something's bad, they're going to inspect it and be like, no, this isn't getting warrantied out. You didn't replace this part because we told you to. You're not doing it. Mm-hmm. So he gave us a bunch of things to replace. Like I had to replace the water pump. On the CCTA, it's like it's nice. It's a conjoined component. Like you can separate it, but they come together. Mm-hmm. The water pump thermostat. He had to get radiator hoses, spark plugs. What else? And like little O-rings and gaskets to coolant lines. But the annoying thing is it's like some of it's right, but I like it's an all aluminum cast on the thermostat. The OEM one is plastic. Mm-hmm. I don't really like it. It fits weird. Like on the dowel pins, it's not seated 100%. Like it's like just the tenth of an inch, like thousandth of an inch, like it's just. But I like literally me and my boss I was like asking my boss, I was like, yo, this isn't, because there's a shield that goes on the belt and that's what spins the water pump. I believe that's on the intermediate shaft that spins off everything, and that's what controls the inner wheel what's the word, impeller impeller for the water pump. But yeah, so he got all this stuff. And it's just, oh, dude, it's just been a pain. It's just, because what's annoying is I started on this like Wednesday. Yeah, I started on this either Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday afternoon. And if it wasn't for the drive shaft giving us issues, because I've never had to pull the drive shaft out of a 4Motion. You have to like basically take half of the exhaust out of the way. But it's a bitch because how they sit, they like snake over and around each other, so that makes it harder. And then you have to there's like a protective shield that goes over the exhaust, so it protects the drive shaft. You have to get all that out, but it's all basically fucking tinfoil, so you can't destroy it. So literally I spent probably like 40 minutes going through all the little spring like kind of like tension clips, just barely pulling them out so it doesn't fucking destroy it. And then he had a clamp, an exhaust clamp that was rusted all to fucking hell. that was in the worst part. Like, I was trying to get it with a cutoff wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And it was where it was. Because, like, again, I don't want to just cut. I don't want to damage the exhaust. I have to cut the studs and the nut. I couldn't see the stud and nut because it was facing up towards the body in the exhaust tunnel. Or in the drive shaft, exhaust and drive shaft tunnel. So I'm literally, like, and the car's on a lift. And I can't get my head up in. So it's been a headache and a headache and a headache. And then it doesn't help. Literally today, I had swapped all the components that I needed to swap over. And when we had separated it, it's an automatic car, so like one of the torque converter nuts, it fell, and I was it's no big deal, you know. It was at the point of like before I was separating the motor and the trans, and I was like, it's no big deal. Well, I'll find it. It's no big deal. And I told my boss, I was like, yo, don't let me forget. We gotta find this nut. And he was like, oh, okay. So we separate it, and while it's separated, there's more stuff that I'm going through and I'm replacing. Like I'm finishing up the harness and routing it back the way I need it. I'm finishing nut and bolts, getting the fuel lines, evap lines, getting everything right to where, because there's other parts that we have to order, but I can get the motor in it. I can already get the motor in the car and do all that. So we'll do all that, and I get the trans up, and we finally get it on. We get the torque converter. We get everything in, get it seated on the dial. Everything's popped in where it's supposed to, and we put the trans bolts, and then we mount it in the car. And then I'm finishing up because there's the transmission and like the ground wire to the alternator. I'm finishing all that, and I just like stop and I go, oh my god, we didn't get the torque converter nut. And I'm like, fuck. So we're like trying to find it, and what sucks is because of this bevel box that's on the transmission for the 4Motion system, there's a hole. That's how you get the torque converter nuts out. You can like barely see it, and we had it back in the car, so already you can barely see it, and then there's this giant metal box in your way. You still can't see it. And so we were like, fuck it. So we took it back out, we separated it, and then we were like looking at the motor, took the flywheel off, and then we're like, fuck, it's not there. So we pulled the torque converter out, and then you don't want to spill fluid, so we're trying to like whoop and get that out so it doesn't spill fluid. Can't find it in the transmission. We're like, where the fuck did this torque converter? And then one of the older guys next to me goes, oh my god, I should have said this earlier. That's not the original motor. And the torque converter nut was in the original motor the entire time, and we basically wasted hours trying to find it. And it's my fault. I'm an idiot. I didn't even. We were just in the moment, just trying to find the nut, and didn't think about the literal big picture of it's literally just behind the flywheel on the original motor. Mm-hmm. But I learned my lesson.
So, Mr. Gates, what did we learn today?
Don't go to work hot. I'm kidding. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything.
Don't go to work fucking drunk.
Don't go to work on PCP. I'll tell you what, man. Shit fucks you up.
I mean, on the bright side, though, if you bust your knuckles, you probably won't even feel it.
Well, in my mind, I actually busted a nut.
Busting knuckles, busting nuts. What's the difference,
What's the differente? But yeah, it's just annoying because I like doing like kind of like big, intense, and it's not even that big. It's not even intense. Well, to me, it's not because I've done it a couple times. No. But it's fun because it's like I don't know how to explain it. I like so like when I was at the dealer, I always was like, can y'all let me do big stuff? I want to learn, and they'd be like, oh yeah, well. No.
yeah, sure. No.
Well, no.
Maybe not.
You'll take too long. I'm like, that's the point. I need to learn. They're like, yeah, well, no.
It's like your dad's like, you ask like your dad or your mom or somebody, and it's like, hey mom, hey dad, can I go to this concert that's happening downtown? Oh yeah, sure son. When is it? Oh, it's next Thursday. Okay, well, remind me a little closer then. I'll give you a good answer.
Bro, you know what? On that note, I called my fucking mom out for not letting me... Well, actually, Chase, my wife, helped me in calling my mom out for not letting me go to a Post Malone and 21 Savage concert. I had free tickets that someone gave to me. I didn't even have to drive. I could have gone with people, the entire school, not even the entire school, the multiple districts of upstate South Carolina was at this fucking concert. And the even funnier thing is, I had previous plans to go to the lake with friends. So it was going to be a good day. You want to know what my mom said? No, it's a school night. You can't go. And I was like, but everybody's, and she's like, no, it's a school night. And
No, sweetie,
and it's so funny.
You can't have good experiences.
You can't have fun experiences that everybody else is having. And you know what's so funny? The other day, she was like, yeah, I kind of feel bad about that to this day. And I was like, are you serious? you're
Get fucked. Get fucked.
Get capital F-U-C-K-E-D fucked. Exclamation point. Biatch. But that was my day. Yeah, how was your day?
Oh
yeah, you said you had bullshit at work, right?
Yeah, a bunch of bullshit at work. I can't exactly talk about it in detail at work just because
I can't disclose that information at this time.
I mean,
they might kill me.
I mean, if this ever gets out to any of my employers that or anybody at work,
you know what I mean? Well, I mean,
and I say some shit I'm not supposed to say, I could get fired real easy.
Well, no, but everybody's allowed to have frustration at work.
I know, but like, so basically, person I came behind didn't lead me so great, and then the machines generally didn't run very well.
That's whack.
Yeah. Other than that,
anywho,
I don't have a long elaborate. Sorry, I don't have a long elaborate story as to like why my day has been really shitty, but
that was a. I'm gonna give you props. That was a pretty good burn. There was echo with that.
Morty, I need you to stick this up your ass, Morty.
Morty, I need you to go down to Brooklyn and get me real Cambodia breast milk. That's a Dave Chappelle reference.
Honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It sounds like something
that Rick would say.
That Rick would say, yeah.
It works both ways.
Yeah. So I've been playing this new game. I've mentioned it to you.
What was it called?
Helldivers 2.
Yes.
So.
Oh, real quick. So I meant to ask you this: is it PC or is it? It's probably PC.
Well, it's PC and PlayStation.
Console? Okay.
It's just PlayStation.
Just PlayStation.
Just fucking whack. I mean, it is made by like PlayStation Studio or like some PlayStation Studios thing, or I don't fucking know, but which is fucking whack. Thank God I have a PC. But I've been playing the shit out of it.
I've been playing the fucking shit out of it.
Well, I mean, I guess compared to other people that have been playing it right now, because there are some people that literally have no fucking life. They live to battle in Space Nom, which is the best explanation I could possibly give.
That's like my favorite. It's like I love that. Brother, we're going into space now.
Brother, grab your gun. We're going into space and invading alien planets that we don't actually
know anything
about. We're gonna take over the fucking galaxy.
It's just like Vietnam. It was a pointless war.
Yeah, no, but it's a really fun game. I very much enjoy it. It's a bit hard at times, which
is it like first person or like third person? Like what is
So it's a third person shooter, which I really truly don't know what it's technically
like what it's considered.
What it's considered, because
you said it's what you said also like RPG.
It's kind of RPG like. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, it's a shooter. I'll tell you that much. It's a shooter.
It's a motherfucking shooter.
It's a motherfucking shooter.
What can I say?
You go bang bang pop pop skeet skeet,
motherfucker.
Yeah, no, but I've been playing it for the past few days. Haven't really leveled up shit. I kind of feel bad because I'm not really good at shooters, or not anymore. I used to be a lot better in high school, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but like I just can't play shooters anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I was obsessed with COD growing up, but then I just like it's like I said in one of the other episodes. I'm just not games. It's not my thing anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I'll like to learn if like a new game comes out and I'm like, oh, it's pretty cool, but I got respect, but it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. I don't really know what else to say about that. I mean, I haven't played it a whole lot, so I mean, I guess I kind of been playing the shit out of it, but it's kind of like a basic principle of space or super Earth is trying to take over the galaxy and spread democracy to planets and save, in quotation marks, other planets from rule of the bugs, which are called Terminids.
They're space Hitlers.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I just realized? It sounds like you're playing Star Trek.
I guess. I don't know.
Do you know what Star Trek is?
I mean, I know what it is. I just never watched it. I was a Star Wars kid. I was not a Star Trek kid. Star Trek's fucking whack. I like Star Wars better.
It's not whack.
It is whack.
The shows are. It's pretty cool. The movies are really. The Chris Pine movies are actually really. I think they're on Paramount.
I don't really care. I don't really care to watch them, to be honest with you.
Highly recommend it. There's 2 scenes of the Beastie Boys.
Okay.
He sends a Corvette off a ledge. It's pretty.
Okay.
What is
I'm sure Evel Knievel did too, but you know.
As a kid, no.
Lame. Kid doesn't know how to drive.
Sounds like a skill issue.
But you take over the galaxy, and take over these like planets that are under the rule of like the automatons, which are like Terminator style like robots and shit that with like laser guns and shit. It's pretty cool. They're hard as fuck though. Like I've been on some missions where it's like I have a full squad of 4 people and we just get absolutely bum rushed by like 50 fucking Hulk looking robots that, in fact, some of them are called the Hulk. But they'd be like running around with like chainsaw arms and shit.
Just going crazy.
Fucking crazy, dog.
So something to one of the topics that we would like to bring up today. So everybody's really hyped about the new M5 wagon.
Oh yeah,
new M5 wagon. So I might be crazy, but I swear I saw a thing. I don't know if it was like the end cap of last year, at the beginning of this year, but basically they were like, "Oh, M5 wagon's getting made, and the U.S. is getting it."
Mm-hmm.
Then I saw a thing. I think it was last week that one of the like lead BMW people like spoke. I think it was a spokesperson or something. Was like, no, we didn't say that. No, it's not. It might. We don't know if it's going to the U.S.
Then why the fuck is there a test mule being spotted around America?
It
very clearly is some sort of BMW wagon, and probably the M5.
I don't know. It's just I thought that was kind of weird. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's cool to see that we're getting a wagon again because
and especially an
M5,
an M wagon.
I mean, everybody. Every time I read the comments, they're like, "Oh, what about the M3?" I'm sorry.
I mean,
you got to take what you get. I mean,
I'm gonna be honest. I would like an M3 wagon, but
I mean, we haven't had.
I say we should have gotten the fucking M3 wagons to begin with, but the fucking North American market was so fucking dumb. No, I want a big old SUV that don't handle worth the shit.
But see, the thing, so, like, what's very, confusing is it's, like, I understand that, like, you know, back in the day in the U.S., we didn't have SUVs. We had
wagons.
We had station wagon. You literally had a station wagon. You wanted a family car, you got a little four-door car, or you got a station wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that, like, you know, with SUVs being made and like how nicer and bigger vehicles have been getting, that like, oh, there's no point in wagons. But at the same time, I mean, people still like,
you can make a wagon for cheaper than a fucking SUV. And it's the thing that I've never understood is everybody that buys an SUV and is like, well, I bought it in case I need to haul something or go off road. And it's like, okay, but
you can do the same thing with a wagon.
No, not even just that. It's like, how often are you going to do either of those things? Now, you know, if you're a person that does do that, then okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I want a Touareg. I want a Touareg because, for one, I would love a truck, but I just like Volkswagens, and Touaregs can tow just as much as a truck, and at least I get a nice SUV.
But for the general public,
a
wagon makes sense. Usually wagons are, you know, like a 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, you know, something not too beefy.
Not insane.
It's supposed to be an economy car.
Yeah.
And And like people are like, well, I don't want to get in a car that's that low. People drive fucking sedans and coupes all the time. They're the same fucking ride height.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing, just with like the SUV style rear end.
And most manufacturers who make wagons have an off-road version. It's
Yeah.
not an off-road version, but it's always like a slightly lifted. It's made for it has more.
It's not meant to go through fucking, rock crawling.
Yeah,
events,
it's not made. It's not made to do a fucking vertical climb.
Yeah, but if you need to take a back road, a dirt back road, or go up somebody's gravel driveway, you can.
Yeah, no, I mean
Perfectly fine.
Dude, I love my wagon. That's why I bought it, is because I wanted a TDI, but I wanted that wagon because I've always wanted I've always wanted a Volkswagen sport wagon.
I bought a wagon because wagons are cool to me. I like that.
Yeah,
they look better.
Yeah,
they just look better to me.
They look
I don't
cool.
know why.
I mean, and that's what, and even shit. I mean, today, I just got a garage for myself, and I was able to I was able to pack shelves in there, a light. If you want to get technical, 2 lip kits, boxes of parts, boxes of tools, all of it fit in there. Now, could anybody else sit in the car? Fuck no. But I was by myself, so it didn't matter. So
I just realized. I think my love for wagons stemmed from whenever I was really young, because as a kid I had a Hot Wheels that was it was a Chevy Nomad, and I don't know if you know about the Chevy Nomad, but it was.
I know the name, but I can't picture the body.
If I remember, it was like the Bear Air, but it was a wagon.
Oh, I think I have a picture in my brain. I think I know what you're talking
don't
about.
quote me on that, because I don't know old school muscle cars as much as I used to, and it's been forever. I don't even think I've ever seen one of those in person.
I was gonna say you'd probably see a classic fucking old geezer car show.
Yeah.
On that, sorry,
But that used to be one of my favorite Hot Wheels. I used to fucking love that thing,
Also,
just because it was a wagon.
real quick, something about another cool Chevy wagon. There's a Caprice wagon for sale in Easley.
Oh, really?
For $3,000. I was looking at it and I was like, I might have to get a, even though it's probably a 8.7 gets 7 miles per gallon.
It's got a bigger engine than a fucking freight train.
But the cool thing is, I think it had a rear facing third row seating.
Oh, that makes
Dude,
sense.
I've always.
Was it one of the Woody ones?
Nah, it wasn't a Woody.
Oh,
That would be pretty cool.
that would be pretty cool.
Dude, I would love, and I know it'd be impossible, I think, in our wagons, just because of how small. Well, maybe. I thought it'd be cool to figure out a rear third row seating in the back.
Yeah, but I don't think there's enough headroom.
Well, so I was thinking in my head, so all the station wagons have, or Volkswagen sport wagons, all the sport wagons have a huge kind of removable panel that has the spare tire, or like mine has the spare tire.
A big tray.
And the big tray. I was thinking in my head, well, if you get rid of that, and I mean, you take out the spare tire, that goes down deep enough, and then if you put seating, it could quote unquote work. It might not be you can't put ginormous thick ass cushions, but I think it could work. I think it could. It'd be kind of cool if somebody made a kind of pop in type thing. That'd be kind of cool. But back to we went way off topic. But yeah, no, I think it's weird that they were kind of and I might be wrong. I swear I read this somewhere, but I thought that they had said yeah, y'all are getting it, and then they're like, ooh, we don't know. We'll get back to you on that.
I didn't see where they said that they didn't think they were going to. I seen where they said, oh yeah, it's most definitely gonna happen.
Well, but also at the same time, it doesn't surprise me that if it is true and that they are going back and forth, because again, we don't get wagons anymore. We don't get anything.
The only wagons that we get nowadays is the Buick Regal
and the Volvo.
I forget what Volvo it is.
Yeah, it's one of the.
We have a Volvo that's a wagon.
And then I feel like there's one more. Audi has wagons.
Yeah.
Audi has wagons,
Yeah.
and funny enough, they have
a really badass wagon.
They have fucking Lambo killer wagons. And see, the cool thing that I'll give it to Audi. You can get a range. You can get a regular sport wagon. You can get an all road. You can get I know we haven't had an S4 wagon in like forever.
Imagine an all-road, but it had the like engine and drivetrain from a fucking from an RS6.
Actually, you want to know what's really cool? B5, I think it was the B5s. So you know the B5 S4 has the 2.7 twin turbo. Mm-hmm. The older all-roads at that time, some of those had those. So you basically got like an S4 wagon. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. And they were manual too. Like,
or S4 Avant.
Yeah, that's...
Avant.
My bad, my fault.
They're Avants. They're not wagons.
My fault, OG.
Avants.
Yeah, but...
Because Audi's fancier than Volkswagen.
Yeah, we just got sport wagon.
We just got the old wagon. Got the wooden wheels on it. Shit, and ain't got no amenities.
All roads are... not all roads. All tracks are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
All tracks have such like random cool shit. I wish I could. It's so hard trying to find like Mark 7s that are like besides GTIs, trying to find other stuff like Mark 7s, like all tracks or wagons that are destroyed. Like trying to go find like part outs. Dude, you never find those at part outs. It sucks. I would love to. My dream is to find one with like the peanut butter seats.
Yeah.
There's a guy in Florida who I saw it online. He got to do that in his GTI. He got it literally one of my dreams to do in my GTI. I never got to do it.
Yeah, no, I feel like the peanut butter would have looked really good in the GTI.
Because my color was like carbon steel, so it was like kind of like a dark charcoal gray, and
the contrast would have been very nice.
Oh shit!
God damn!
I just blew a hole in the roof.
I think you just blew out the fucking microphone.
My fault. Don't hate on a play it.
Got the fucking dad sneezes in this bitch.
Yeah, my bad.
I can't say anything. I do too. So I'm gonna talk about Helen. Since it's coming up. And if you want a visual representation of what Helen is like, go watch our first video.
Go watch one of our first videos on Braincast. Braincast on our YouTube.
Who the fuck are you?
Tired, man. I've had a long day. Yeah. On Brain Dead Media on our YouTube channel. Literally, it's our first episode. Yeah. And I said this before. That was a huge brainchild of mine and Bodie's that we had been wanting to do for years. And he shot. Well, I shot like 10%. He shot the other like 90%. And yeah, go check it out. That was a really interesting year. It was also very funny because I didn't get to go in a Volkswagen. I had to go in my 4Runner.
Yeah, it's all right. I didn't have a Volkswagen then.
Hey, we're all set now.
Yeah, now we both have Volkswagens.
I'm back with it again.
I'm back, baby.
But yeah. So with Helen, so yeah.
So with it coming up, and feel free to chime in and give some on this because you know a lot more about Helen than I do because you've known about it longer than I have. But we went. What was it? 2 years ago was our first one.
Yeah, we went 2 years ago.
2 years ago was our first one, and at first I was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really a big Volkswagen guy, and I'm telling you, I think that was what really turned me on to Volkswagens whenever I went, because holy shit, I didn't realize how fucking amazing Volkswagen's culture was. Mm-hmm. Like Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, all of it. They got some bomb ass shit. Cause like it's not like when you go to import, and no bash on if you like import or GAT. And,
import, yeah. No. Everybody has their own cup of tea.
Everybody has their own cup of tea. But personally, I don't really care for the super hot boy and
hot stance boy,
the $10,000 flashy rims and flashy paint jobs with stickers all over it and whatnot. But
it's not our cup of tea. But
I think there's something very beautiful about how most of the Volkswagen community believes in simplicity in their builds.
Well,
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's
crazy
as shit, but a lot of OEM plus stuff, which I've never really thought about. Because me coming from JDM stuff, it's always aftermarket.
Mm-hmm.
But like OEM plus is really fucking cool if you do it right.
Like, so, like, that's really one of the things that got me so much into Volkswagens was that, like, and is because when it comes to somebody, like, let's look at a very common, look at a 350Z, a very common JDM car.
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, it's going to be lowered.
Loud as fuck.
Loud as fucking piss. Stancy wheels.
Marching bands in town.
Stancy wheels. Or wheels, just wheels in general. An intake, tune, probably a bang pop tune. If he's actually going for a track purpose, maybe like upgraded like headers, full exhaust, custom tune, the works. Or he might try and boost it or swap it. That's usually how it goes. And then like crazy...
Or it's just fucking slammed on its nuts. Somebody stepped on his Hot Wheels and has a fat fucking wing that could, pull the earth out of orbit.
That could chop a duck 30 feet in the air. Yeah. But like with Volkswagens, and this is what really got me into Volkswagens, was my favorite part about them. And when you look at like true Volkswagen people, I'm not talking about kids who just like slam it, put wheels, make it loudest, put a bang pop tune on it, and then wrap it. I'm not talking about that, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm talking about true OGs. Mm-hmm. These guys have been collecting parts for years. They've been saving this for years. They've been saving this to try and do this. They've been hunting down this, driving here, selling this to buy this, and like and the thing is, it's like a build could have taken like 10, 15 years. And most of the time, when you look at JDM or Muscle, it took a guy a year or so. Mm-hmm. And again, it's the culture of Volkswagens, and that's what's so awesome about it. I mean, like for instance, so our first year in Helen, the place that we stayed at, our Airbnb, place next to us, there was a Mark III 2-door Jetta. That didn't exist. That was not a factory-made thing. This car was to the nines custom. When I talk about the paint job was like $10,000 alone. Mm-hmm.
Because didn't you say it was like some like very like famous car?
It was a very famous car, I believe, from the West Coast. My buddy, I didn't know a lot about the car because I'm still very new to the scene. I learn stuff every freaking day. That's why I love it. There's always more shit with Volkswagens to learn because again, our market in the U.S. is completely different to the world. There's so many different like literal countries and how their culture of Volkswagens, it's all different.
Yeah, it's like you look at Brazil.
Brazil,
way different.
South Africa is very different. Mm-hmm. Canada got stuff that we didn't. Obviously Wolfsburg, Germany's completely like it's awesome that there's completely different stuff. But when it comes to Volkswagen guys, like these guys have been like collecting stuff and building these cars for years. But sorry, I got off point. So this car has like been famous in the scene for like 10, 15 years. Mm-hmm. But it's been like out of commission because there was like something was, I think like they were moving or something they were doing personal stuff, the owners, and like it recently it been out and started going to shows, and they had this car again. They've had this car in this build for like 15 years, and
it looked like it had just got done like the day before. Like it looked fresh.
And that's the coolest part about it is like you look at true OGs and.
Like this shit looked SEMA, like, well, not SEMA nowadays. Nowadays SEMA's like
Bluetooth drive.
SEMA doesn't mean what it means or what it used to mean anymore. But old school SEMA style.
All I'm gonna say is Bluetooth drive shafts. But that's what's so cool. And at Helen, it's like it's everybody comes. I mean, people come from Canada. People come up from Mexico. People fly from Germany because so it used to be called back in the day. It used to be called SOWO, Southern Wörthersee, and Wörthersee was a huge Volkswagen event that went on in Germany for like years and years and years. I think I didn't even know it went this long until recently. I sent you that video. It even went back to like the late 80s.
Yeah, no, that's I think fucking crazy.
It started off as like a huge, I think, GTI thing, and then it just grew from there. But SOWO was very much back in the day. SOWO apparently used to get fucking crazy. It was in the sense of H2OI crazy, and it got so crazy that they were like, "Okay, y'all can't do this shit anymore." And then I can't remember. I think either someone else did it for a year, and then Euro Tuning and a bunch of other people were like, okay, we're gonna redo it. And then now it's Alpine Volksfair, but it's been Alpine Volksfair I think for the past couple of years. And that's the other thing that sucks was COVID kind of messed up. COVID messed up a lot of things.
Yeah.
But for the past couple of years, it's been Alpine Volksfair, and it's cool, man. I mean, like you see friends that you have on the internet who drove up from Miami, who drove down from New York. You see, you literally you see your internet celebrities.
Yeah.
That you are like, oh, I love this guy. This guy's built like. There's this guy who had an old. We didn't get him here. He had it's called a Santana. I think it's called a Santana.
Yeah, I know what you're
It's a
talking
Chinese.
about.
It's a Chinese wagon.
Fun fact, that car hilariously failed the crash test. Like, I'm talking front kissed the fucking back from the inside. Like, no survivors at 60 miles per hour. You might as well just die.
Hey, man, the car is the ultimate crinkle zone.
Yeah.
But like this guy,
it turned your body into a crinkle zone.
But like I was following the guy on Instagram. He drove all the way down here, and then did a road trip like to other places and stuff back in his car, which is that's what's cool, and like it's completely like inspired me on how I look at things now, Volkswagens and like going to Helen and seeing these builds and getting to talk to these people and like trying to learn more and I mean and again. It's just a very cool. It's a very fun experience because unlike Gatlinburg, like everybody's like, oh, Gatlinburg's crazy, man. But I mean, all it is, and again, not a knock towards it. I'm just stating the facts. It's a show inside a place for a weekend, but everybody drives from all over the U.S. to basically stay in Gatlinburg and go to crazy meets and tear up the town and this and that. And don't get me wrong, that's fun, but the more and more people do that, shit gets messed up and
turn into the next H2O.
It backfires and people don't.
In fact, I don't even think they're doing that this year. I think I've seen a couple posts today actually that they were talking about Gatlinburg, like the dude. I guess the people who run it like actually made like a post and it was like, how many of y'all are gonna show up to Gatlinburg even if it doesn't happen? And it was like strongly hinting at the fact that it's not actually going to happen.
It's not happening. But the cool thing that now because Helen's being reran, it's like it's calmer now. It's not as crazy, but it's a fun time. I mean, you literally wake up, you go to what is it, Dottie's?
Dottie's.
You go to Dottie's,
get those cat head biscuits.
You party with your friends all night. You wake up early as fuck, probably hungover. And
most definitely
hungover. You go to Dottie's, you go get a fat killer fucking breakfast, and then
that breakfast can cure the soul. And
then you go walk around, you go look at cars, you go hang out with your friends, you go shop around, or you go on the lazy river and go right around the lazy river. You go get good food. A coyote just went by.
You can still hear him.
Oh yeah, he's
probably about a mile away from now.
I think he's about 4 miles away. He's on the highway right now. Whoa! But like and then you'll go hang out with your friends all day, go do stuff all day, and then when it gets to night, everybody comes to the strip and everybody sits on the strip and parks, and then cars go up and down, everybody cruises, or you're hanging out with your friends. And it's like that for like days. It's from
shit. It doesn't even stop there. You go back to the fucking Airbnb. You slam some fucking beers with the homies and fucking party and have a fucking grand old time.
And it's so fun because all your if you're into Volkswagens or into Euro cars, and not even Euro cars, even some JDM guys go down there.
I've seen some pretty badass JDM stuff down
there.
Yeah.
You go down. You can go to this person. You go to this person's Airbnb and go hang out and go have fun with them, or you sit on the strip and you see friends and like they're like, I'm gonna get a hot dog. Shout out Ethan.
I haven't eaten in about 48 hours.
I've just been drinking for 48 hours. I'm gonna go get a hot dog. Does a 360 spin and goes okay.
That'll forever be the most iconic part of that video.
I know. Shout out my OG, the man who got me into Volkswagen.
The man, the myth, the legend, Motherfucking Ethan.
He's the OG. He's who really got me into this shit.
He's with the shits.
He's really with the shits. But it's really cool. Actually, so because we were talking about it, so are you able to go? Because you already have the days off?
Yeah, so actually I gotta wait for her to see if she can get the days off, which she asked. She said she was able to tell me within 20 minutes of me asking, but she never told me. So I don't know.
Liar!
I'll have to ask her.
She's a liar.
Yeah, no. I very much hope to go. I'm not entirely sure if we'll actually be able to film it, just because I've been having
the camera. Yeah, didn't you say the camera's been?
The software I use, the Roxio video capture or whatever. Unless I can find a different one to use, then I can't exactly transfer film over.
Yeah,
but
because we tried doing a video of us at the lot that we were talking about, and it
didn't work.
It like what? It got like maybe like a minute, couple of minutes, and then it like.
Well, not even that. Yeah, but the camera also stopped working. I got to figure that out. I'm not entirely sure if that's a tape issue or
battery issue
or if it's actually the camera. I don't know. I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
But regardless, the software that I use just stopped working. I don't know. It just doesn't load. I don't know if it's because I updated my computer or what, and probably, but I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But yeah, no, Helen's a really cool thing. We have an idea. We've talked about it before. We don't know. We've thought about trying to do a podcast down there, maybe even on the Strip.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of forgot about that.
I didn't forget about it. I remember them as random shit. But if we did, we would probably get another mic, and then maybe we see friends or get people and get little things and talk with people. Who knows? We might even try and live stream it and shit and see if we can get people to tune in and do it like a radio jockey shit while we're down there for the night. But
if you've got any advice on how to do any of this stuff, please let us know.
If you're interested,
because we have no clue what the fuck we are doing.
If you're interested in that, please let us know. We want to know because we've literally been going back.
Flying by the seat of our pants right now.
We've been very back and forth on whether or not we want to do that. So let us know. Let us know if you think that's a cool idea. You think it's fucking lame? Let us know.
I want to talk about Helen a little bit.
Yeah,
because you could talk about it from like a insider
on
Volkswagen.
On a VW standpoint.
Meanwhile, I'm coming from more of a outsider,
new to it,
a new to the scene type deal.
Yeah,
and like I said, this event has honestly put me on Volkswagen. I have seen some of the cleanest cars I've ever fucking seen. Which I'm sure a lot of West Coast guys would be like, yeah, we see that.
Okay.
We just see that cruising around the neighborhood.
I go to Burger King and I see that, dude. Chill out. I go to In-N-Out and I see that. And then I go get a crazy sauce.
But regardless, it's an absolutely magical experience.
It's awesome because you're in the mountains, you're in a German-style town.
Yeah, it's a German-style town. The whole entire, town of Helen just basically becomes this Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche haven, or German
haven,
car,
yeah.
or, Euro car haven.
Yeah, German car.
Because, literally every street you go down, there'll be some random, there's a clean-ass Mark III GTI. Oh, there's a really cool Mark VI Jetta, blah, blah, blah.
There's a VR... there's 130 VR swapped Volkswagens. Get out of town.
A gang of fucking rare-ass Porsches mobbing down the strip.
LS swapped Porsches.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. We seen that red one last year.
No, that was our first year.
First year, yeah. Yeah, no, it's a lot to grasp if you're new. I will say, it can be overwhelming because I was honestly like, what do I do? What do I do? I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do it at the same time, but I can't.
And to top it all off, because Euro Tuning and a bunch of these people, there's a bunch of known Volkswagen shops and stores that are there, and you can go talk to these people. And I got to talk to S&P Automotive because they do a lot of swap kits for 2.5s, and I was just like, well, what do y'all do with 2.5? Because I have a 2.5 and Bodie has a 2.5 now, so it's cool. You get to talk to these people who you buy their stuff from online. You can talk to them in person now.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's like that at all things, but it's just it's another awesome addition to just this fun week/weekend.
Mm-hmm. And I honestly I really love how, like, I won't say everybody, but most of the people are very accepting of others. From what I could see, nobody was like, "Ew, you have a fucking Mark III." Mark 7's only.
It is. I will say this. Now this is just from one person.
Mm-hmm.
I got some dipshit when I was like this midget man, this midget beefcake looking dude. When I parked my car and I was like walking over to my friends, and he was like, "I don't understand why Mark 7s have like front mounts. It was so dumb." And I was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean?" I was like, What do you mean? What?
What, are they supposed to have a top mount?
Every inch of my body wanted to be like, "Are you fucking dumb? What do you mean? Sorry, my car's tuned. I have a bigger turbo. I have a downpipe.
Maybe you should learn about the car before you fucking judge it. You fucking asshat.
Yeah, no, like learn before you speak. Like,
think before you speak.
And again, this was just a me experience, and I just happened to hear the guy. Mm-hmm. Also, don't be an asshole. You saw me get out of the car. Why would you say that shit when I'm in ear?
Yeah, people are assholes.
Yeah, no, and like I can, don't get me wrong. Everybody's allowed criticism,
mm-hmm.
but man, let me get like a couple feet away. God, don't. I was like 21. Don't. I was freshly 21. Don't hurt me.
Also, oh fuck. On another note, I do like how there's appreciation for like all the models, because you'll have like you'll have like side meets, and it'll be like all the Mark IIIs at this meet.
It'll be like Mark 1. It'll be like Mark 1s at 9:00, Mark 2s at 10, Mark 3s, and even this was cool. Last year they even added like an SUV meet. So guys were pulling up in like Overlander Touaregs, Overlander Cayennes, slammed Tiguan's. Like it was cool. Like it's
honestly that I feel like is a very good way to, instead of just roaming around the whole city trying to find dudes with the same car as you have a designated meet full of the car that you're wanting to basically ask around and research about.
Yeah. All
in one place. Mm-hmm. And it's easy to just go around and be like, "Hey dude, where'd you get that grill? Where'd you get those wheels? Where'd you get that intake?"
Or like, "Hey man, I see you have a tucked engine bay. How did you do it? Did you because I know like a good friend of mine, Ed, he has a VR6 swapped Mark III GTI, and he did everything himself. He did his tuck. He did I don't think he got to completely shave his engine bay, but I know I mean, every car person, they're never truly done. Mm-hmm. But he did his engine bay tuck, he swapped in his VR, he did all this, and when he was down there, people were talking to him, he was talking to everybody, and it's cool. I mean, even last year, even when I wasn't able to bring a Volkswagen, I had my 4Runner filled with parts, and every day I sold my old Recaro seats from my anniversary GLI. That's
another thing. It's a great place to fucking sell.
Yeah.
Instead of having to deal with all those fucking assholes on Marketplace being like, "I see you have a set of Mark IV Recaro seats. Will it fit my 2014 Camry?" Dude,
for clarification, when I used to have my VR6 Mark III, I had a set of BBSs, RXs. That's like it's a 2-piece wheel that came on Wolfsburg Mark IVs. Mm-hmm. And I liked them. It's an OEM wheel. And I got them all painted, all this and that. But it took so long, and I found out I was having a kid, so I sold my Mark III. And, like, dude, I had the dumbest questions. Like, will this fit my Corolla? And, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm going to be helpful, but at the same time, I'm trying to sell these. I don't have a car these can go on anymore. So I'm going to be like, run adapters, you're good. That's not my problem.
Give me your money.
No, literally, I'm like, I have nothing.
If you're gonna be a dipshit, then you're gonna pay the money and realize you're a dipshit.
Like, do your research. Do your research. It's not that hard. And you know what's annoying? I typed up like, dude, I did every single spec. Like, I wasn't like guys who were like, oh, 18-inch wheels.
18-inch wheels. That's it.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, these are.
And then you message them for more information. Be like, what's the lug pattern? What's the offset? And I'd be like, I don't know.
They'll be like, it's a 5 lug.
What's the offset? What's that mean?
Are you talking about the Migos?
But yeah, no. Going back to it, it's like
it's a good way. Yeah, it's a good way to make money.
It's a good way to sell because you get to meet these people in person. You don't have to deal with fucking assholes, and most of them, not all of them, but a lot of the people there actually know what they're talking about.
Like it was really cool. Like when I was parting out my GLI, I actually sold a bunch of stuff the night before we went to Helen, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because I had gotten off work, and I like parted out like probably a good 60% of my car just the night before. But then a bunch of guys were like, "Oh, can I get this? Can I get that?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna be out of town." And the dude's like, "Oh man, me too. I'm gonna be in Helen." I'm like, "Oh, that's where I'll be.
Meet me there.
I can deliver. There won't even be a fee."
Mm.
Yeah, no. Helen's a really cool. Even if you're not into Euro, I highly recommend it because you'll see. It's just you see some really cool.
I wasn't in the Euro. Well, not as much. I had like it was like a closeted love for like
Porsches. I know,
for like Porsches
Yeah.
and Beamers and stuff. But like no, going there, I was like, holy shit! The like level of detail is amazing.
This shit's serious for real.
It's like super inspiring, and I really liked it. But yeah, no. If you're able to, this year it'll be what's the like actual dates for it? Because we're going down the 17th or the 19th, right?
It's May. So it's kind of weird because technically, like there's people now. This is understandable. People who are coming from like other side of the country, they'll come in on like Monday and stay the week, which makes sense. You don't want to just go for 2 days and then drive back. That's
correct me if I'm wrong, but the actual event will be on Saturday, right? Or
yeah,
is
it's
it
on
Sunday?
Saturday. It's on Saturday.
So the actual event itself will be it will be on the 18th.
Yeah.
But people, get there through the week.
People show up Monday. It starts getting crazy. Like I want to say like Thursday.
Yeah.
And I mean we would go earlier, but we have a big vacation coming up. We have a big vacation coming up, so Helen's like a little vacation for us. But we have a big vacation, so we had to scoot vacation days around. But no matter what, I'm still gonna go, no matter what, always.
No. But like
I got my first tattoo in Helen. That's
yeah.
We both got our first.
Yeah, we both got our first tattoo. But yeah, no. If you're able to, at the end of May, which again the date of the event is
I would just say the
15th.
the 15th through the 19th,
which is that weekend, right?
Yeah, that's like the week.
15th is the Wednesday of that week.
15th through the 19th.
15th through the 19th. That's usually when most of those people are there.
That's the time span of everybody's starting to come in and pour in. And
yeah, but it's an absolute blast. Grab all your friends. Honestly, it's better with friends because you can go buy a really nice Airbnb and split it, and it'd be really fucking cheap.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. It's
you have the fucking time of your life.
And it's cool because depending on where you are, you can just stay in the town and just walk around. You don't even have to drive, or you can just look out your window and see cars and all this and that. It's just really fun. It's a somewhat describable experience, but you don't truly get the grasp until you're there.
Yeah, no, it's you start to roll in, and like that first turn that comes into the town. You basically see like the entire town because you're kind of like up higher than everything. Mm-hmm. You see all the German style buildings and whatnot, and you just see random like a cool ass M3, cool ass 911.
You'll see like an R32, and then you'll see like a Mark 1, then you'll see like a. Then you'll see like an R8. You'll see shit.
You'll see them fucking mobbed up at the gas station out by their cars, chilling, talking, filling up gas, laughing, whatever. You'll see them all over the place, dude. It's absolutely fantastic. It is one of the coolest experiences I've ever had, car related. honestly, let's be honest. It's one of the cooler experiences I've actually ever had.
Because me and him have gone to a lot of things. We've gone to Maggie Valley up in North Carolina, which that's cool.
That's cool, but it doesn't have. It's not the same. It's not as quite upscale.
I would honestly describe it. It's like a slice.
Yeah, it's like a slice of Helen.
It's like a slice of. It's very much a slice of Helen.
Which I think there is a pizza place in Helen called Slice Helen.
Yeah, no, because we've gone there. We've gone there a couple times.
I think so. Yeah. Good pizza.
Very good pizza. And then like we've gone to Import Alliance. We've gone to Import Alliance twice? Yeah, twice.
Yeah, the first time we didn't stay. The second time we actually Airbnb'd there.
And like we've gone to like big thing. We've got like our local big thing that goes on is Clean Exposition.
Clean Exposition, yeah.
Which it's cool.
It's cool, but it's honestly just like
It's really just like Gatlinburg.
Except for not all the rowdy ruckus shit, because it's not basically taking over entire.
That's another one I forgot.
Town.
We've been to Gatlinburg.
Yeah, we've been to Gatlinburg, which
I've been twice. You've been once.
I did not like Gat.
Weirdly enough, it was more fun riding around.
Yeah, no, honestly,
that was the kind of.
It was like how we usually do it at Clean now is just go out in the fucking parking lot. The parking lot cars are honestly cooler.
It's just as fun. And you save a lot of money. Fun fact: if you
all I'm saying is whenever I go into a like big name show, and there's cars that, you know, the wrap is fucking wrinkled and shitty or dusty.
I see washers on engine mount bolts just to do a like.
Yeah, if I start seeing some like shady, sketchy shit or some like stuff that's not really clean at all, it's like, how did you even get in here? How?
Instead of proper wiring, I see just twist wiring covered in tape.
Oh my god! If I ever see a fucking house splicer. Oh my fucking god!
It's painful.
Ballistic. I'm gonna go ballistic.
It's an eyesore. But long story short, yeah, we're definitely gonna be going down. We highly recommend going. And like I said, we're debating trying to do an episode down there. So if you think that's cool, if you are like, sign me up, I'd love to have a spot and talk. Let us know. Mm-hmm. We'd love to. We would like to. We plan on getting guests in the future. Where we still again would like to do cameras and all that, but we plan on doing guests in the future and things like that. But I think it's about time to wrap it up. Yeah. Appreciate you listening. If you did, if you didn't,
thanks for joining us.
Screw off. But you didn't hear this, so you didn't even know I said that.
Sucks to be you.
It sucks to be you. Hit us up on all our social media accounts, on Instagram at Braindead Media, on our YouTube Braindead Media. And go check out our other previous episodes. And again, go check out our Helen after movie. Yeah, after movie.
We would very much appreciate that. We put a lot of time and effort into that.
Yes, we did.
I can't tell you how many
the hours,
how many like hours and nights we literally just sat in front of the TV, being like, "Does this music taste? Is this music feel right?
Does this scene cut well? No, we got to redo it." Like
sit there and like cut it 30 fucking times before it's like. Yeah, that's good.
Literally edit it for like edit a couple scenes for 15 minutes and then go, oh crap, that doesn't make sense.
I'm not gonna lie. There were times where I wanted to fucking rip your head off because you're pissing me off.
You as well.
Yeah, well, it goes both ways, I guess.
Yeah, our hatred is bisexual. It goes both ways. But yeah, no, go check all that out. I'm Hit me up on my Instagram at _GageFox_ and Bodie's is the Brain Dead podcast, but
mine is just the Brain Dead podcast.
Or Brain
Dead Media.
Brain Dead Media. But either way, go hit us up on our Instagrams and
we'll put the links in the description.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
And
Adios. We will see you next time.
Bye.